Welcome back. You're watching Overdrive, and it's time now for Autoselector with our editor Sirish Chandran. Hi Sirish, as you can see, no Shireen on the show, so you're stuck with me. But for now, let's get stuck into our questions. Our first question this week comes in from Shivam Agarwal. He's writing in from Raipur. He wants to buy an SUV and has a budget of 19 to 23 lakh rupees. His priorities are comfort and lots of features. The SUV should have a good resale value after 5 years. He's shortlisted the new Toyota Fortuner, the Honda CR-V, and the Mitsubishi Outlander. He's also considering the Hyundai Santa Fe. Which one would you recommend?
Well, see, considering you're looking for a good resale value in 4-5 years, the CR-V and the Outlander are out. They're very, very good SUVs, but they are petrol-powered, and petrol-powered SUVs, the resale prices have tanked completely. Also, the CR-V, there's an all-new CR-V in the wings. It will be launched later this year. There's also an upgrade on the Outlander that's planned with 3 rows of seats. So both these, if you buy them right now, their resale values will go through the floor. So I don't think it really makes too much sense. So the evergreen favorite, the Fortuner, is there. It's just been upgraded. It's got more features. It is still an excellent SUV. In that segment, it is very, very nice. But also look at the Santa Fe. Now, the Santa Fe is a monocoque construction, so it rides and handles much better on the road. It is more comfortable. It is more pleasurable to drive. It's got, I think, in my opinion, better interiors, but it is slightly on the expensive side. So if you can afford the extra outlay, and seriously, look at the automatic Santa Fe. I think that is really excellent and the best buy in that segment. It's around 26 lakh rupees. So if you can stretch your budget slightly, go for the Santa Fe. If not, well, the Fortuner is there and it is tried, tested, indestructible, very nice SUV.
All right, our next question comes in from Cochin. Vivid writes in saying he wants to buy either the Swift or the SX4 in diesel. He likes the interiors of the new Swift. When is the SX4 going to upgrade its interiors to match the Swift or the new Ertiga? When can we expect the Renault Duster on the road? And will Renault charge high maintenance fees for the Duster?
Well, we'll answer the second part first. The Duster is going to come around April, May. It will be made in India. India will be the only country where ride-and-drive Dusters are going to be made. It's going to be exported all over the world from India. And Renault India's fortunes depend on the Duster. I have high hopes from the SUV. I think it's going to really shake up the segment. If they price it right, if they position it right, it will do extremely well and it will be an SUV to definitely watch out for. Now, Renault, they're not going to make silly mistakes like pricing their parts very expensive or having the service charges too high. So they're not going to make those mistakes. So don't have to worry about that. The problem will be that there are not that many Renault dealers still. Renault's dealer network is getting ramped up. They are putting in more dealers in place, but it's still not as good as, say, Maruti or Hyundai or even Tata Motors for that matter. But otherwise, the Duster, something to definitely watch out for. Now, as for the SX4 getting the Swift or the Ertiga interiors, not going to happen. Those interiors are unique to the SX4 and they're not going to change, at least not this year. But if you're looking at the SX4 diesel, I suggest you go for it. It is very nice, a bit underpowered. It doesn't have the rush that you get in the Vento or the Rapid, and it doesn't have an automatic gearbox option. But otherwise, it is comfortable. Again, also doesn't have that much space as either the Vento or the Rapid, and not as good ride quality. But it is priced very well, extremely fuel efficient, nice to drive. Overall, a good car, especially if you're going to be chauffeur driven.
All right, Sirish, our final question this week comes in from Hyderabad. Kalyan writes in saying he wants to buy a big and powerful motorcycle. He was looking at the Harley-Davidson Supolo, but he's now learned that Triumph is launched in India. He has a budget of 5 to 6 lakh rupees, and he wants to know what is Triumph's competitor to the Harley-Davidson Supolo, and when will he be able to book Triumph's bikes? Any other options you would recommend also, Sirish?
Well, the closest Triumph competitor in terms of price to the Supolo is the Street Triple, but obviously that is not a cruiser. Spend a lakh and a half more and you will get the Bonneville, and that is a cruiser, a traditional cruiser, nice to look at. But again, it's not in that Harley-Davidson Supolo mold. So these are two different bikes in two different categories. As for when Triumph will actually start selling bikes in India, we'll only know that by June. In June, they'll decide on where they're going to assemble their motorcycles, and then towards the later part of the year, the bikes will be on sale in India. So still some time away, and if you're looking at buying a bike in that segment right now, go for the Supolo. It's our favorite in that segment. Very nice to ride. There's a new kit that raises a little bit, so it won't scrape over too many speed breakers. Also go for the Screaming Eagle exhaust. Sounds excellent. Very nice bike.